Hello and welcome to the Paul Green Comedy PaulCast. It is December 18th, 2024. This is episode 356. Stand-up comedian, actor, and improviser Paul Green and dreamer. Sharing my journey as I pursue my dreams in the hopes that maybe you'll do it yourself, And we are in the final 10 episodes before I hit my goal of 365 daily episodes, representing a year of daily podcasting. And it's very fitting that this is happening as we are getting into the holiday season and winding down the year, as I have been becoming very pensive and reflective, introspective, if you will, about this last year, about everything that's happened, and really just trying to figure out where I want to go next. And a couple of weeks ago, I shared this in a previous podcast, although I haven't really been talking about it that much. I had this weird inspiration. I don't know why I call it weird, but I was thinking about a huge dream of mine, which I've always had since a little boy, but I never actually really ever believed it could happen for me. And that dream, like so many actors and comedians, was to land like a major role on a sitcom. Either like a Seinfeld or Big Bang Theory, or of course like a Saturday Night Live, anything like that. And though what had happened was, this was a couple of weeks ago, I was just thinking about what it would actually feel like and be like to experience that, to actually experience booking something of that magnitude, at least of that magnitude compared to what I've experienced thus far in my comedy journey. And as I was thinking about that, I received this random inspiration to write. Sounds so audacious now that I'm saying it out loud again. To actually write my autobiography as though that big break had already happened. And so that's what I did. I started writing a book, and sort of my thought is that once I get caught up in the book to where I'm at today, well, then I get to pretty much create in the book what my future is going to look like, assuming that I don't get the big break before I finish the book. It's kind of a weird little metaphysic challenge, I guess. That makes sense? I don't know if that makes sense. It doesn't even really make sense to me. So I've just been sort of hacking away at that book. Every couple of days I'll hop into the old Word document and start, hashing out a few lines here and there. And I was working on it last night, and I was writing, and it's been very interesting for me to like go back and just try to remember my childhood. Like I literally just started like with my earliest memories as a kid. Some of my earliest memories, I was born in Riverside, California, and I have a few vague memories as a child, and then my family moved to Provo, Utah. I have a few more memories from there, and then we moved to Arizona, which is where I've spent the vast majority of my life. And what I started to recall was experiences from my childhood that started to shape my worldview and my belief about myself and about the world and my role in the world. And I've just sort of started to write some of those experiences in this autobiography that I'm writing. And it really started to bring to light how much of this worldview that I developed in my youth was pretty, well, it just wasn't very good. And what do I mean by good? It was very counterproductive to what I'm now trying to do as an adult. It really significantly hindered and stunted my progress and growth as not only as like a comedian, as an actor, and as a performer, but just sort of in life in general. And as an adult, I really had to lift up the hood and take a look at what was the operating system, what was the software that I had been running in my brain head that had that was driving my decisions and my thoughts and my emotions and my beliefs. And as I've been starting to just write my history and my story from as early as I can remember, it's really brought to light a lot of those early worldviews that were starting to develop. And I've found it incredibly valuable to sort of float those to the surface and to take a look at them and to realize it's like, oh, that is why I never really went for what was in my heart. Oh, that's why I never really believed that I could be successful. Oh, that's why I never really believed that, something huge could happen in my life. It's like, oh, that's why I'm still, in my early 40s and I'm just now starting to, really push back and challenge those belief systems and that worldview. And, I mean, I started to challenge it probably in my mid-30s. When I first moved to LA, I think moving to LA when I was 34 years old was the first time in my life I actually made a decision that challenged that belief system of mine, that worldview that I developed as a kid. I mean, it was a pretty negative, limited worldview. And I try not to have any regrets because life happened how it happened. All I can do now is just be cognizant of where I am, how I got here. But my opportunity now is to go, okay, where do I want to go and how can I move forward and how can I replace this old operating system with a new one and one that is more expansive and one that is more driven and one that is more optimistic and one that not only believes great things can happen, but also has the capacity to put in the work and behavior and discipline necessary to actually manifest great things in reality. And it's been a bit of a therapeutic journey, my friends. Just writing my history while I'm still making it. And it'll be really interesting to see what happens again once I catch up to where I am, because I'm pretty much at about the 6th grade. Is right now. That's where I'm at. So, I still got to get through junior high, high school, my Mormon mission, college, being a realtor, starting to do improv comedy when I was like 28, starting to do stand-up when I was like 33, moving to LA, all of my LA experiences, moving back to Arizona, all of the experiences I've had in Arizona since I've been back. And then I get to then start writing the future. So I don't know. It's been a very fascinating exercise and very therapeutic and somewhat cathartic. And it's also a little exciting because so right now I'm kind of drudging up the past, but the whole reason I'm doing this is because I'm getting to the point to where I can now write my future. And I get to choose what that is, and I get to create that, and I get to write it down and just say, this is my story. But I have to start with the past and completely own who I have been and what I have experienced up until this point. And then it's almost like once I have completely come to terms and am at peace with everything that has happened, and I've written it out and I've just owned it and just said, this is who I've been my entire life. Once I get that resolved, I don't even know if resolved is the right word. It's probably not the right word. I'm not trying to resolve anything. I'm just looking at it and I'm just telling the story and owning my past. But then once that has been owned and written down and validated, maybe validated is a better word than resolved, then my future is mine to create, and I just get to write it out and write the story that hasn't happened yet, but then writing it as though it already has happened and it has unfolded exactly as I have created it in my mind. And that's really exciting. And we'll see what happens with that. It's a little vulnerable. It's a little woo woo, a little, maybe new agey, a little hippity dippity, a little self-helpy, a little bit of The Secret, a little bit of all of that stuff. But, so what? I'm going to do it anyway and just see what happens with that. So anyway, that's just the brief update. There hasn't really been much else going on since I've only got a few performances left this year, and most of my days are, they're a little more open, a little more flexible than usual. And so this is a good time for me to really get in touch with my past, get in touch with myself, with my spirituality, with my hopes, with my dreams, and to start to shape what I want my future to look like coming into the new year. So very exciting and very therapeutic, and I'll keep you updated here as that starts to unfold over the next couple of days. We'll see once things kind of calm down. I get a little less busy here coming into the my holiday break and all of that, how much progress I can make on the book and on my story and all that fun stuff. So anyway, everybody, I hope you are all doing well. Hope that this holiday season is shaping up for you. You're finding joy and fulfillment as you pursue your dreams and embark on your journeys. All right, everybody, that's all for today. This is the Paul Green Comedy PaulCast for December 18th, 2024, episode 356. I love you all so much, and I will talk to you tomorrow.